Good morning, everyone. Today we will be looking at XML schemas. XML schema. We know what is the schema. Schema is the structure and what content and what you are going to specify, define the structure, content, and data types of this XML documents in the schema definition file. Okay, so here it will be helpful for us to validate. For validating, documenting, and structuring XML data, making it a common choice for defining the structure and constraints of XML documents. So, let us see what are the features of XML schemas. What are we going to define in it? The key features of XML schemas is structure and constraints. And the structure and constraints of XML documents has to be included here, like elements, attributes, and their relationships. Um, and you can specify the hierarchy of the elements and the cardinality of elements and the data types of the attributes. Data types, mostly we are going to use the built-in data types whatever are available, that are all supported by this XSD, that is string, integer, date, and many more. Okay, you can also define the custom data types, and you need to specify the format and validation rules for the data in XML elements and attributes. How are we going to declare the elements is it has to be defined with the structure of the elements in XML documents, where you have to include the names and the allowed data types for that. You can even specify how many times the element is required. It is an optional, or you can occur multiple times also. Like what are the minimal occurrences of that element? What are the maximum occurrences of that element? For example, in HTML header tags we are having how many times wherever we require we are making use of header tags, right? So we are using them in multiple times. In the same way, if any tag, what if any element you want to make use of it in multiple times, then you can use minimum occurs and maximum occurs for that element. And attribute declarations, like when you define attributes for XML elements, you need to specify their names, data types, and default or fixed values for them. Okay, so that you can set the constraints on the attribute values, whether yeah, whether it is required or optional, you can mention in the attribute declaration. And here are the two types of data structures in XSD, that is the complex types and simple types. Complex types is whenever you are talking about the child elements, when you want to define the elements with their child elements, that becomes a complex structure of elements will be containing other elements. So simple types is where you are using only the element and that contain a character data and attributes, that's it. That is a simple type. And namespaces, that which XML schemas are, we know it will be supporting namespace. That means now certain nomenclature will be following to avoid this naming conflicts. It has to be defining it elements and types. XML provides a group of related XML elements and types together. Here we are having certain restrictions and extensions for existing types. We can create new types by restricting or extending existing types. This is like refining or expanding the structure and constraints of elements. Okay, importing and include, like how we are importing an external CSS document. In the same way, we can use XSD also. Like if you import and include that document, that styling document here. Okay, this will be promoting modularity and reusability of that XML schema design. Once you have designed that schema, XSD, that could be used for multiple HTML files. Okay, so you can reusable it. Yeah, you can make use of the same styling part, same elements in different XML file also. Okay, and validation, you can validate it against the XSD, that is design, to ensure they confirm the defined structure and constraints, so that the validation will be performing with the XML parsers. Okay, and documentation and annotations. It provides mechanisms for adding documentation and annotation to elements, types, and attributes to understand what schema, what type of data it contains, what elements it is containing, and it provides additional information. And coming to compatibility and interoperability, here XML schemas are widely used for data exchange and are supported by various programming languages and tools. Yeah, so that once it is this is this promotes compatibility and interoperability when working with XML data. And here it XSDs will be following standards W3C standard, where you are ensuring consistent schema definitions and implementations across different platforms and applications. And displaying raw XML documents with CSS, it will be helpful for presenting XML data in a like CSS. How we are designing our XML HTML document here using using CSS, we can design uh, XML documents also in the same way, so that it becomes a visually appealing and human readable format. Okay, for this we are making use of XSLT, that is Extensible Style Sheet Language Transformations, which is a language for transforming XML documents into other formats such as HTML and any other formats. Okay, so here we can you by you creating this style sheet and using CSS with it, you can have a very good control on the presentation of XML data. Here I am showing you. Yeah, first thing is you need to create an XSLT style sheet which defines how the XML should be transformed into an HTML like structure. Here we are trying to transform it to HTML structure with CSS styles. Here is an example what I gave you. Here, see, this is an XML file, and how I want to transform it to XML HTML document. You see in the beginning, the this is a style sheet dot xslt. Okay, I'm making use of this, the version and metadata have mentioned here. Okay, and basic URL for it. And if you see in the style sheet xsl, I am trying to match with the template match with the slash. Here I'm trying to match it with three types, that is asterisk, ampersand star, and here slash. Okay, the here is the HTML document. In the head tag, I have given style sheet, okay, which defines the CSS styles. It will be applying to this style types, text or CSS. I have defined what the body, how the body should be, elements should be, and attributes should be appearing within the style tags I have given, and the head tag is closed. As we know, style tags will be included in the head tag, and in the body tag I have given all the templates that have been defined. Apply templates. So one template match is slash, the other, see, template match is asterisk, the other template match is this one, asterisk, ampersand asterisk. Okay, at the rate asterisk, sorry. So here if you see, here I want the class which is named as element, and the value should be value of the select, that is name, and apply the template for this. So style should be applied for this. Okay, so in this way the styling of the XML document is done, and it is transformed into HTML structure. Okay, and apply the XSLT transformation. For that we need to run this command on our command line tool, that is XSLT that means processor. XSLT processor, give the name, a path of the sheet, and input.xml. Okay, yeah, and moreover that has to give the output.html with desired output file name you need to give. Okay, and view the result. This is about XML, XSD, and styling XSLT. Thank you all, keep learning.